Let's dive into the NFC Playoff Picture. I'm Mitchell Renz. That's Tom Downey. You're watching NFL Daily here on Chat Sports. And let us know in the comments section who you think the best team in the NFC is right now. We're going to jump in to the NFC Playoff Picture. It's probably 49ers, Tom.
Yeah, they're still undefeated. Let's give them some respect. 8-0. There are some power rankings
49ers
out
in the
there
comments section.
who keep saying the Saints are the best team. The Niners have the number 3 offense, the number 2 defense. That's just scoring. Even yards per game, they're both top 10. They're the only undefeated team left. I'll let you guys in on a secret. You don't get to be 8-0 in the NFL by being frauds like some might think.
You know,
they are a very good playoff caliber team, plain and simple.
I've wanted to say, I think the first 5 weeks, I was like, oh, they've been playing easy teams. They've been playing easy teams. And I'll take fault for it. I literally ate crow. This team is so entertaining to watch. Just if you like physical, old-school football, the 49ers are absolutely killing it. And if you like watching 49ers football, make sure you guys subscribe to the 49ers channel. It's youtube.com/49erstv. The link is below. But this Week 10 game, Tom, against the Seahawks on Monday Night Football, if there are still any doubters,
there shouldn't be.
I agree. There shouldn't be.
Even if they lose, there should not be.
But these next 5 games, there's going to be real test here for the 49ers. But this Monday Night Football game, this is a big-time game for both teams.
Yeah.
I mean, for both teams, two top teams in that division.
If Seattle wants to win the West, they have to win this game. They cannot fall 3 games behind them. They're not going to be able to catch up in all reality.
So right now the 49ers, according to BetDSI, they are 6.5-point favorites, and the over-under in this game is 46.5. So, Tom, you're a betting man. Over-under 46.5.
It seems.
Do you think it's over type O, under type U?
It's Monday night. We've seen those games be a little bit weird
going over.
As of late. I'm going to take the over as well. I will take the Seahawks to cover, the Niners to win outright, though.
So who's going to win this game? We want to know from you guys, all right? Throw it in the comments section. 49ers or the Seahawks. So type SF for 49ers or type SCA for the Seahawks. Who is going to win this Monday Night Football matchup? 49ers or the Seahawks? Make sure you guys go bet on it at chatsports.com/bet. Promo code NFL120. So, Tom, I'm also going to go with the 49ers. My score prediction for this one was 27-24. I do have Seattle covering the spread.
I have the Niners winning, not covering the spread. I got them 24-23, another close game. But at home, I think that's enough for San Francisco. Jimmy G has been really clutch this year. Seattle's going to put up a great fight, but I got San Francisco once again.
All right. We got both going with 49ers. So, Tom, I think we should probably go to BetDSI and bet on the 49ers to outright beat the Seahawks.
Or maybe you want to fade us.
Or maybe we could just go bet them covering the spread since we both think that. But either way, you guys need to go to BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet. And if you think the 49ers are going to outright beat the Seahawks, go put your money where your mouth is. Use that promo code NFL120 for 120% deposit bonus. But the great thing about BetDSI is you can bet on any single NFL game. Heck, you can even bet on the playoffs, which is what we're doing here. Let's go down to the number 2 team, the New Orleans Saints. They keep on marching, 7-1.
I think, understandably concerned about, well, gee, how are they going to play with Drew Brees not out there? Didn't really matter in the end. Teddy Bridgewater is who I thought he was, and that is a franchise-caliber quarterback. It's funny because you look at their metrics, you're kind of like, now wait a minute, those aren't the best, but it's the Saints. I like that you said keep marching. I appreciate that, Mitch.
You got it.
That's clever. I'm proud of you.
I don't think I even made this graphic, I'll be honest with you.
You definitely did. Oh, Dylan made it. Dylan, okay, producer Dylan gets the credit.
I didn't make this graphic.
Fraud. Good job, Dylan.
Good job, Dylan.
Loser, Mitch.
If Tom loves Teddy Bridgewater, type Teddy, because if you watch the show, you know that Tom has Teddy here.
But I was right.
Has Mary Kate a little bit down here. Let's go to number 3 team here, the Green Bay Packers. But wait, they just lost to the Chargers 26-11.
It's almost like the NFL's weird.
I know. It's almost like the Chargers are getting healthy.
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, when you look at this team and you have Aaron Rodgers, who he might not be putting up the elite numbers that we've sometimes seen from Aaron Rodgers. Well, at least not when he played against the Raiders. But this defense actually started playing well in the beginning of the season.
Defense is actually, I think, a bit underrated.
I think when you look at 26, I think some people are going to see that, and I think you're going to see the Packers have actually blown out a lot of teams, and it's garbage time yards, I'll say. But this defense, I think, is maybe even more credit to their record than the offense.
I think that's an understandable.
And they also don't have Devontae Adams.
I mean, it's Aaron Rodgers, who I'll be quite honest, isn't the same guy he was in his prime. Like, he's still good. Don't get me wrong on that, but I don't think he's in the Russell Wilson
top 5 quarterback. I'm taking Aaron Rodgers, top 5 quarterback.
It's tough to say no, but, I mean, you can go watch Aaron Rodgers. He just flat out misses a lot more throws than he used to.
Well, I think it's the prime example.
And we saw that against the Chargers, too.
I think it's the prime example of like when we kind of saw Brett Favre fall off. Like you have a quarterback who has an elite arm and they still try to make these incredible throws. And you're like, wait a minute, I can't do it anymore. But hey, he's getting a little bit older. So who's going to win the NFC North? It's a tight division. You got the Packers, the Vikings, the Lions, the Bears. Oh my, they're bad. The Packers, the Vikings, realistically.
I'm still going to go with Green Bay. I think Minnesota has a really good chance to make the wild card, but I think Green Bay is in a position where they win already over the Detroit Lions this year. They do have a tough kind of end of season stretch.
Sweaty Sniper says Vikings.
They end the year, Packers do, Bears, Vikings, Lions, so we'll see, but I like the spot that Green Bay's in right now.
I'm seeing 75% of the votes coming in Packers, and then Sizzle and Mr. Sports. You guys are saying Lions? Go bet on it.
Okay, you'll make money.
Yeah, you will.
Make a lot of it.
Well, we'll see. All right, the number 4 team. I'm just going to let you take over here, Tom. Your
Dallas Cowboys 5-3. This is weird to say because it doesn't feel like it, but the Cowboys actually have the number 5 scoring offense, the number 5 scoring defense, the number 1 offense in yards per game, and the number 6 defense in yards per game.
The only team in the NFL
hasn't
top
felt
6.
like that, though.
Top 6 in all those categories.
It hasn't felt like that, has it, guys? It feels like that's not really the case. And the big problem for the Cowboys is the loss to the Jets.
Really?
An unacceptable loss. They should be 6-2 with the way their schedule comes out the rest of the season.
If you want insider analysis like that, go subscribe youtube.com/Dallas Cowboys Report.
Explaining why, you little turd, okay?
Oh,
because the rest of the season isn't ideal. They have a game against Minnesota. They still play Detroit, New England, Buffalo. The Bears don't look that good. The Redskins are terrible. But Rams, Eagles, the rest of the way, even Detroit's still on the peripheral of the playoff picture. That's not an easy schedule.
Not at all.
And Philadelphia's schedule on the flip side
Stanley's comment?
is pretty easy. So the Cowboys, because they don't have that buffer, they kind of need to be 6-2 right now. They're not. They're 5-3. That could be a big problem with a critical game, Week 16 onward against Philadelphia. That's probably going to decide the NFC East winner.
So Noah Stanley's comment is Jets, Jets. Type Jets in the comments section because Tom hates the New York Jets, and I hate commercials. So get rid of commercials for good. Go to chatsports.com/mytv. If you're watching the Cowboys game this weekend, if you're watching any game this weekend, get rid of commercials for good. So you go to chatsports.com/mytv, connect to Wi-Fi, and instead of boring old commercials, you get content from Chat Sports and other sports providers. The app is 100% free. Also, you know what's priceless?
What?
Jets,
Okay,
Jets. Let's go to the number 5 team here.
I would say that's worthless right now, but okay.
Worthless?
Yeah.
People are talking. All right, Seattle Seahawks, Tom. Number 5 seed.
Which Leo was spelling out in the comment section for us. It's weird.
That a boy, Leo.
We tend to do this. Maybe it's every other year. Maybe it's every third year. Almost every year, frankly. There's a wild card team that's the 5 seed that is just has a much better mark and probably a better overall team than the home team.
I'll say I owe the Seattle Seahawks a major apology. I said earlier in the season, if there was one team that made the playoffs in 2018 that wouldn't make it in 2019, I said it was going to be the Seahawks. Russell Wilson has basically just been like...
Well, yeah, I don't think that was an inaccurate take at the time because Seattle, that was I think maybe before they had Clowney.
Yes.
The defense had question marks. They were a prime regression candidate. Russell Wilson was a touchdown regression candidate, and then he took that regression and flipped it, and he's got 22-1. It's been insane from Russell Wilson, who was great last year. Somehow has been even better this year. I mean, this is the example of how valuable quarterbacks are. He's the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. This year, Wilson, underpaid. That's how good he's been.
Wow. He's making, what, $35 million a year, essentially? And
Underpaid.
Tom's saying he's underpaid?
He's worth $45 to this team.
All I want in my entire life is for somebody to say, Mitch, you're underpaid at $35 million. Hint, hint, Chat Sports.
Never going to happen.
Never going to happen?
No.
Don't say never, Tom.
Never.
Who will win the NFC West? 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, or Cardinals? This is right now the best division in the NFL, and I don't really think there's much of a debate. So who will win the NFC West? I know we have a lot of 49ers fans. We got some Seahawks fans, too. I think there's a few Rams and Cardinals fans out there in the world. So somebody type R, U, S. Oh, no, we're going for Russell.
There you go, Russell, yeah.
So we're seeing some 49ers, some Seahawks, some 49ers from SoCo. Gerald says SF. Who's going to win the NFC West? Throw that in the comments section.
I'm going to go with the 49ers, but Seattle, I think, gets in as a wild card team.
I'm also going to go with the 49ers.
Rams might too.
Rams would be interesting. Could we have 3 teams in the NFC West? Type Y for yes, N for no. Let's go to the Minnesota Vikings, who lost this week to the Chiefs without Patrick Mahomes, 26-23. You get a good Kirk Cousins game, and then you get a Kirk Cousins game. I'm not really sure.
Look, he is who he is. Everyone in the world knows, even soccer fans know who Kirk Cousins is. He's going to be fine. He's going to get you to around 500, maybe 10 wins. And
I think you're fine, Tom.
And thank you. He's probably not going to do a whole lot in the playoffs.
You too, Dylan.
For Minnesota, 6-3. They have a game against Seattle, not this week, but at the end of or at the beginning of December. That might be a who gets the 5 seed in the wild card, or maybe it eliminates Minnesota. Game against Denver, game against Detroit, game against Chicago, game against Green Bay and the LA Chargers there. That's a pretty critical one for both those teams. They should finish around 10 wins. With the way this wild card race is shaping up, I think you could see a 10-win team get left out, which I thought was going to happen last year. It did not. I think it could this time around, though.
Let's take a look at some of the teams, Tom, that are just out of it right now. You got the Rams and the Panthers. They're both at 5-3. The Philadelphia Eagles at 5-4. And there's a little bit of a drop-off. The Lions 3-4-1, and then the Cardinals 3-5-1. So out of the teams that are in the hunt, Rams, Panthers, Eagles, Lions, Cardinals, and if you want to throw another team in there, go ahead and do it. What NFC team outside of the playoff picture gets in?
I think that the team with the best chance right now is probably Philadelphia.
Okay.
Just because their schedule's not that tough. I think you mentioned that last week.
Yep.
They've won a couple of key games these past few weeks to get them back kind of on track. They're only a half game back of the Cowboys, and they play them later on in the year, which is a big boost. That could be a 1.5, however you want to qualify it, game swing there. I think the Rams have a pretty good chance.
So let us know in the comments section what NFC team outside the playoff picture will get in. Troy Daniel says Panthers. Everett Whitman says Eagles. Mr. Sports says Lions. Soko says Rams. I'm going to stick with my original prediction, and I'm going to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. Make sure you guys are commenting below what NFC team outside the playoffs will get in.